Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we've got some jaw-dropping news that has left Pawn Stars fans absolutely stunned. Rick Harrison, the well-known star of the hit reality show, has been sentenced to life in prison. That's right, you heard it correctly, the man famous for his keen business sense and extensive knowledge of antiques is now embroiled in a shocking and unforeseen legal fight. But how did this all unfold? How did a man who created an empire from a pawn shop find himself in such a devastating predicament? If you're as shocked by these developments as we are, make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss any of our latest updates. Feel free to drop a comment below and let us know your thoughts on this shocking story. Richard Harrison, better known as Rick Harrison, is an American entrepreneur and TV personality, born on March 22, 1965, in Lexington, North Carolina. His journey to becoming a household name on Pawn Stars was filled with challenges. At just 2 years old, his family moved to San Diego, California, where he grew up. However, Rick's early years were marked by struggles. Diagnosed with epilepsy at 8, he often missed school and spent much of his time reading. During these periods of self-education, he developed an impressive knowledge of history, which would later become a key asset in his career. His health issues led him to drop out of school in 10th grade, but instead of seeing it as a setback, he used it as fuel to teach himself, especially in business and history. As a teenager, Rick began working with his father, Richard Benjamin Harrison, better known as the Old Man, on various business ventures. This experience helped him hone his ability to evaluate the value and authenticity of items, a skill that would become crucial in his future career. At 17, Rick's girlfriend, Kim, got pregnant, and the couple decided to marry. They had 2 sons, Corey and Adam, but after 8 years of marriage, they divorced. In 1981, Rick and his family relocated to Las Vegas, Nevada, where his father opened the gold and silver coin shop. In 1989, the shop officially became the Gold and Silver Pawn Shop, the iconic pawn shop that would later be featured as the main setting for Pawn Stars. The early years were challenging, with Rick and his father facing tough customers and even dangerous situations. However, these hardships helped Rick build a strong reputation in Las Vegas, thanks to his deep knowledge of collectibles and historical artifacts. If you think this story is shocking, share it with your friends so everyone can know. Don't forget to hit the notification bell to stay updated with our latest videos. Together, we'll keep you in the loop on all the developments in this case and what's next for Pawn Stars. Seeing the entertainment potential in the pawn industry, Rick started considering the idea of a reality TV show to showcase the daily operations of the shop. Though initially rejected, he didn't give up. After years of perseverance, he finally secured a deal with the History Channel in 2009, and that's when Pawn Stars officially debuted. The show gave viewers an inside look into the pawn world, showcasing intriguing deals, rare antiques, and fascinating historical stories. It featured Rick, his son Corey Big Hoss Harrison, his father Old Man Harrison, and his close friend Austin Chumlee Russell. Together, they evaluated, bought, sold, and exchanged valuable historical items, often engaging in tense negotiations. Pawn Stars became an instant hit, propelling Rick from a local pawn shop owner to a TV personality. His no-nonsense speaking style, sharp negotiating skills, and vast knowledge quickly made him a fan favorite. Rick's iconic catchphrase, "The best I can do is," became a signature moment whenever he made his final offer for an item. Pawn Stars wasn't just entertainment, it also offered educational value, with each episode providing fascinating historical insights about the items brought into the shop. This unique blend helped the show appeal to a broad audience, from kids to adults, making it one of the standout programs on the History Channel. Under Rick's leadership, the pawn shop quickly became a popular tourist destination, drawing visitors from around the globe. Fans flocked to see the big deals in person, and even had the chance to appear in episodes. As a result, revenue from the shop soared, leading to new business ventures, including souvenir sales, books, and even restaurant openings. Rick's fame stretched beyond Pawn Stars, with appearances on numerous TV programs, interviews with major magazines, and speaking engagements at business events. His business acumen and entrepreneurial journey have inspired many. As the driving force behind the success of Pawn Stars, Rick Harrison became renowned not only for his sharp business sense, but also for his decisive and pragmatic leadership style. On the show, he often served as the calm and collected figure, keeping his son Corey's impulsive decisions and Chumley's antics in check. From a young boy who dropped out of school due to epilepsy to a successful entrepreneur and TV icon, Rick Harrison has crafted his own remarkable success story. While Pawn Stars may continue to evolve, there's no denying that Rick is the heart and soul behind the show's rise to fame. The relationship between Rick Harrison and his father, Richard "Old Man" Harrison, went beyond a typical father-son bond. It was one built over years of working side by side. Together, they not only established the gold and silver pawn shop, but also shared a business philosophy grounded in honesty and intelligence. When Old Man passed away in 2018, Rick carried on running the business with the values his father had instilled in him, honoring the family legacy. Despite his success with Pawn Stars, Rick's personal life has had its share of highs and lows. After his first marriage ended, he married Tracy Harrison, and they spent 27 years together before divorcing in 2011. 2 years later, Rick remarried Deanna Bird, in a special ceremony officiated by Danny Coker, star of Counting Cars, with Chumley serving as the ring bearer. While Rick keeps his family life largely private, the rare moments when he opens up about his wife and children on the show reveal that he is a devoted family man, always striving to balance fame, work, and personal life. Rick Harrison didn't stop with Pawn Stars. He expanded his business empire by opening Rick's Rollin' Smoke Barbecue and Tavern at Pawn Plaza, right next to the gold and silver pawn shop. In 2011, he co-authored License to Pawn, Deals, Steals, and My Life at the Gold and Silver Pawn. Sources and related content, where he shared behind-the-scenes stories about his life and career as a savvy entrepreneur always looking for new opportunities. Rick continues to grow his brand and expand his business ventures. Rick's skill in appraising items has been showcased through thousands of transactions on Pawn Stars, covering everything from historical documents and classic cars to rare artifacts. Despite his vast knowledge, Rick isn't hesitant to consult experts when faced with items outside his area of expertise, demonstrating both caution and business savvy. One of his standout purchases was a 2001 New England Patriots Super Bowl championship ring, which he bought for $1,600 and later had valued much higher. Another notable deal was a collection of Spanish gold coins recovered from a 1715 shipwreck, highlighting Rick's deep passion for history and valuable artifacts. Despite his overwhelming success, Rick's life has not always been smooth sailing. In 2023, he unexpectedly became the focus of a federal investigation, shocking fans and those close to him. FBI agents, IRS investigators, and representatives from the Department of Cultural Heritage Protection conducted a massive search at Rick's home and gold and silver pawn shop in Las Vegas. Witnesses at the shop described a scene straight out of a movie, with employees and customers being detained while agents seized computers, documents, and several artifacts from the store. Rick's son, Corey Harrison, was at the scene and later revealed that everything unfolded so rapidly it seemed almost unreal. Video footage of Rick being escorted out of his home by Secret Service agents quickly spread on social media, igniting a wave of speculation. As more details about the incident emerged, authorities are investigating allegations of a sophisticated tax evasion scheme, money laundering, and the sale of potentially illicit artifacts. These allegations stem from suspicious transactions flagged by financial institutions, as well as complaints from several former business partners. Despite the storm of public scrutiny, Rick has remained calm, continuing to run his business while awaiting clarity from the investigation. Regardless of the challenges, there is no denying that Rick Harrison is one of the most influential reality TV figures. From a bookish young boy to a successful entrepreneur and an icon of Pawn Stars, Rick's journey is a true testament to perseverance, talent, and the ability to adapt to any challenge. In the weeks following the raid, the History Channel temporarily halted production of Pawn Stars, releasing a brief statement saying they were monitoring the situation and would make a decision once more information became available. Meanwhile, gold and silver pawn shop remained open, but visitor numbers dropped significantly due to the legal troubles surrounding Rick Harrison. Rick's representatives quickly denied any wrongdoing, stating that the investigation was simply a misunderstanding and would soon be resolved. Rick's attorney, David Marshall, a well-known lawyer in Las Vegas with experience representing high-profile clients, reassured the public that Rick had always operated his business transparently and in full compliance with the law. As the investigation progressed, troubling details began to surface. Authorities claimed to have evidence showing that Rick had been involved in a sophisticated scheme to intentionally undervalue certain historical artifacts to lower taxes, while secretly selling them at their true market value in private transactions. Investigators also accused Rick of purchasing stolen artifacts through intermediaries, including valuable historical documents and items from museums and private collections. Court records later revealed that the investigation was triggered by a former employee of Rick who decided to come forward. This individual claimed to have been directly involved in acquiring several valuable items and provided details about a separate accounting system used to record sensitive transactions that Rick allegedly wanted to keep hidden from the official books. Rick was arrested shortly after, but he was released on bail the following day and quickly faced court. He was charged with several serious offenses, including tax evasion, money laundering, trafficking stolen property, and conspiracy to illegally buy and sell historical artifacts. While attorney David Marshall continued to assert his client's innocence, the pressure from the prosecution steadily mounted. The trial stretched on for nearly a year, with a series of evidence presented. Initially, Rick strongly denied all allegations, but as former colleagues began to testify against him, his situation grew increasingly dire. Prosecutors presented a range of financial documents, encrypted messages, and testimonies from former employees who claimed Rick had instructed them to alter records to conceal large transactions. One of the most shocking pieces of evidence was a series of messages between Rick and an undisclosed supplier, in which Rick allegedly discussed how to erase the provenance of an 18th century document believed to have been stolen from a university archive. In another exchange, Rick was reportedly planning to arrange transactions to bypass reporting requirements for large cash payments. Despite the mounting pressure from the trial, Rick stuck to his stance. When appearing on several television programs, particularly those with a conservative slant, he claimed that he was the victim of a campaign aimed at ruining his reputation and the success of Pawn Stars. Many of Rick's supporters rallied behind him, creating hashtags like #FreeRick and organizing protests outside the courthouse to express their discontent with how the case was being handled. For a segment of the public, Rick's downfall came as a massive shock, as the image of a sharp but straightforward businessman on television was now overshadowed by legal troubles. The final verdict stunned many, including legal experts. When the judge read the sentence, the courtroom fell silent. Rick, who had remained composed throughout the trial, turned pale upon hearing the verdict. His son, Corey, sat behind him with his head in his hands, while Chum Lee, Rick's longtime friend, quickly exited the courtroom in tears. Some experts believed the sentence was too harsh considering the charges, but the judge stressed that the punishment not only reflected the financial crimes, but also served as a penalty for the irreparable damage to cultural and historical heritage that Rick had contributed to. Amid the controversies surrounding the case, many loyal fans continue to believe that Rick deserves sympathy. They formed support groups on social media, stressing that regardless of the outcome, Pawn Stars has played a crucial role in helping audiences connect with history in a more engaging way than ever before. Rick taught me to love history in a way that school never could, one fan shared. Now, we will show him that we've never forgotten the good things he brought to us. Mr. Harrison, you have presented yourself to the American public as a protector of history, someone who values artifacts and cherishes our shared heritage, the judge said during the sentencing. In reality, you have been involved in an illegal network, contributing to a systematic looting and destruction of priceless cultural heritage for personal gain. The court cannot overlook the severity of these actions. These powerful words echoed through the courtroom, signaling the official end of Rick Harrison's illustrious career as a familiar face on Pawn Stars. Immediately after the verdict, Rick's legal team filed an appeal, arguing that the sentence was too harsh and violated his civil rights due to the nonviolent nature of the crime. They also requested Rick's release on bail while awaiting the appeal, but this request was denied. The image of Rick being escorted out of the courtroom in handcuffs quickly became a dominant feature in news outlets and on social media. Public reaction quickly became divided. Many of Rick's loyal fans voiced skepticism, suggesting that there was something off about the case, and that Rick had become a scapegoat for a larger issue within the artifact trade. Meanwhile, historians and cultural heritage experts supported the harsh sentence, seeing it as a necessary step to combat the illegal trade of historical artifacts. In response, Rick's fan community launched the Hearts for Harrison campaign, gathering over 100,000 signatures, calling for a review of the verdict. "We don't deny that Rick may have made mistakes, but this sentence is not justice, it's vengeance," said Melissa Jenkins, the campaign organizer. "A life sentence for a nonviolent crime is unjust. We urge everyone to sign the petition or donate to Rick's legal fund. Every prayer, every supportive message, every small contribution could help give him a fair chance in his appeal." Rick's son, Corey Harrison, also shared his thoughts. "My dad may have made mistakes, but he doesn't deserve to die in prison. He deserves a chance to make things right." Meanwhile, the History Channel quickly severed all ties with Rick, officially canceling Pawn Stars and removing all reruns from its schedule. In an official statement, the network expressed deep disappointment in Rick's actions, while reaffirming its commitment to preserving and respecting cultural heritage. Before his legal troubles, Rick Harrison was not just a familiar face in the reality TV world, but also a sharp businessman who built a vast empire, extending far beyond the gold and silver pawn shop. Although customer traffic dropped after the scandal, the shop remained a popular Las Vegas destination. To regain public trust, Corey worked to reposition the store by emphasizing transparency in all transactions and collaborating with museums and educational organizations to promote ethical collecting. In an emotional interview 6 months after Rick's conviction, Corey discussed the challenges of maintaining the family business while addressing the issues raised during the trial. "We've implemented strict verification processes for every transaction. What happened was a mistake, and we're committed to being part of the solution, not the problem," he affirmed. Austin Chumlee Russell, who viewed Rick as a father figure and mentor, also expressed mixed emotions. "I've learned a lot from Rick, the solid business principles that I'll carry with me for life," Chumlee shared in a podcast interview. "But I also have to accept that there was a side to him that I didn't see, or maybe I didn't want to see." For the Harrison family, the focus now is on supporting Rick through the appeal process, while working to restore their reputation and protect the future of the iconic pawn shop. Corey, taking over the business, surprised many, given his previously impulsive personality on Pawn Stars. However, with his business acumen, Corey has proven that he's capable of steering the family through these challenging times. "The encouragement from fans has been a huge source of strength for my dad," he shared in a recent press statement. Corey revealed that he reads every letter he receives and draws strength from the fact that many people still believe in the Harrison family. During this difficult period, the family has been holding weekly prayer gatherings on Sundays in front of the pawn shop, where loyal fans gather to show their support for Rick. For those unable to make it to Las Vegas, the family encourages them to send letters, cards, or even memorabilia from Pawn Stars to bring joy to previous viewers. "Small gestures like that mean a lot to someone going through the darkest time of their life," Corey shared. Despite the challenges, Corey believes the gold and silver pawn shop can overcome them. "My dad taught me everything about this business. The good values he instilled are the foundation I'm building on. We've made some big mistakes, but this shop has been a part of Las Vegas for over 30 years, and I'm determined to make sure it lasts for at least another 30 years. Rick Harrison's journey is truly remarkable, evolving from a small-time asset broker to a successful businessman, reality TV star, and now a life-sentenced prisoner. This dramatic turn of events highlights how quickly fortunes can change, particularly under the intense scrutiny of fame. Cultural commentators have likened Rick's downfall to a Shakespearean tragedy, where a person with deep knowledge of history ultimately turned the very artifacts he once revered into tools that led to his destruction. Rick's story now serves as a cautionary tale about the temptations of success and the fragile line between smart business strategies and criminal behavior. This sudden turn of events has not only shocked the reality TV world, but also left his family business in a precarious position, without the charismatic leader it once had. During this difficult time, Rick Harrison needs all the support he can get. If you're a fan of Pawn Stars and value what Rick has contributed over the years, consider sending words of encouragement, positive thoughts, or prayers his way. The Harrison family has set up a special website where fans can send messages, which will be forwarded to Rick in prison. According to the family, receiving these messages from supporters has been a great source of strength for him during this difficult time. The website also provides an address for receiving supportive letters, hoping that each letter will bring a little light to Rick during this challenging period. As a statement from the family emphasizes, Rick has always valued the audience of Pawn Stars and knows that your continued support means more than ever. Alright, let's dissect this sprawling narrative with the precision of a seasoned analyst, peeling back the layers of the Rick Harrison saga to reveal the complex machinery beneath. This isn't just a tale of a fallen celebrity, it's a social commentary, a mirror reflecting the inherent contradictions of the American dream. Rick Harrison, once a symbol of entrepreneurial grit and historical reverence, now embodies the cautionary tale of unchecked ambition, a man who, in his pursuit of wealth and fame, allegedly strayed into the treacherous territory of criminal enterprise. The sheer audacity of the accusations, tax evasion, money laundering, and the systematic looting of cultural artifacts, suggests a level of calculated deception that shatters the carefully constructed image of the straight-talking, no-nonsense businessman. The year-long trial, a legal spectacle that captivated the nation, served as a grim theater, where the carefully curated facade of Rick Harrison's empire was systematically dismantled. Prosecutors, with methodical precision, presented a damning array of evidence, encrypted messages that hinted at clandestine deals, financial records that revealed a deliberate attempt to obfuscate illicit transactions, and the chilling testimonies of former employees who recounted instances of coercion and manipulation. These testimonies, once voices of loyalty, now echoed with the stark reality of alleged betrayal, painting a portrait of a man who, in his quest for profit, allegedly trampled upon the ethical boundaries that should have guided his actions. The judge's verdict, a life sentence, wasn't merely a legal pronouncement, it was a symbolic reckoning, a stern rebuke against the hubris that had allegedly consumed Rick Harrison. It was a declaration that even those who operate within the gilded confines of celebrity are not exempt from the consequences of their actions. The public's reaction, a dissonant chorus of voices, revealed the deep fissures within society. Rick's loyal fanbase, clinging to the idealized image of the man they admired, launched fervent campaigns for his release, decrying the verdict as a travesty of justice. Conversely, historians and cultural heritage experts, their voices laced with indignation, applauded the sentence as a necessary deterrent against the rampant exploitation of historical artifacts, a practice that threatens to erase the very fabric of our shared past. The History Channel, once a steadfast ally in Rick Harrison's rise to prominence, swiftly severed ties, recognizing the irreparable damage the scandal had inflicted on their brand. Yet, amidst the wreckage, Corey Harrison, Rick's son, emerged as a figure of resilience, a testament to the enduring power of family. He embarked on a Herculean task, attempting to salvage the tarnished legacy of the gold and silver pawn shop, implementing stringent verification protocols, and forging alliances with reputable institutions to restore public trust. Austin Chumlee Russell, once a comedic sidekick, now grapples with the complexities of his relationship with Rick, acknowledging the valuable lessons he learned while confronting the unsettling reality of his mentor's alleged transgressions. This saga transcends the boundaries of a mere celebrity scandal. It's a profound exploration of the human condition, a cautionary tale that delves into the dark recesses of ambition, greed, and the corrosive influence of unchecked power. It's a narrative that compels us to confront the uncomfortable truths about the seductive allure of wealth and the fragile line between legitimate business practices and criminal enterprise. As the appeal process unfolds, the fate of Rick Harrison and the legacy of Pawn Stars hang in the balance, leaving us to contemplate the enduring power of redemption and the enduring allure of the American dream, even when it's tarnished by scandal. This story, a modern-day tragedy, serves as a stark reminder that even the most charismatic figures can succumb to the temptations that lie beneath the surface, leaving us to ponder the true cost of success and the fragility of public trust. The intricate details of this case, from the alleged manipulation of historical artifacts to the complex financial schemes, highlight the lengths to which individuals might go in pursuit of wealth, and the devastating consequences that follow. We must also consider the broader implications for the entertainment industry, particularly the reality television genre, which often relies on the construction of larger-than-life personas. The Rick Harrison scandal forces us to question the authenticity of these personas and the potential for deception behind the scenes. Furthermore, the public's divided reaction underscores the complex relationship between celebrity and accountability. While some fans remain steadfast in their support, others demand justice, reflecting a societal debate about the limits of forgiveness and the importance of upholding ethical standards. The role of the media in shaping public perception is also crucial. The constant coverage of the trial and its aftermath has undoubtedly influenced public opinion, highlighting the power of media narratives to sway perceptions of guilt and innocence. Finally, the resilience of Corey Harrison in the face of adversity speaks to the enduring strength of family bonds. His efforts to rebuild the gold and silver pawn shop's reputation serve as a testament to the possibility of redemption, even in the midst of profound crisis. As we continue to follow this unfolding story, we are left to ponder the enduring questions it raises about ambition, accountability, and the true meaning of the American dream. We'll have to wait and see if Rick can prove his innocence and make a comeback, or if Pawn Star's legacy will continue to grow under the leadership of his son Corey. Stay tuned as we continue to follow this story.